Norman Alfred William Lindsay, 1879 to 1969, was one of Australia's most controversial and influential artists, writers, and illustrators. Known for his bold depictions of the human form, his sharp wit, and his outspoken personality, Lindsay challenged social conventions and pushed the boundaries of Australian art and literature during the early 20th century. His prolific career spanned painting, drawing, sculpture, etching, and writing, leaving behind an immense body of work that continues to inspire debate and admiration. Early life and education. Norman Lindsay was born on February 22nd, 1879, in Creswick, Victoria, Australia, into a large and artistic family. His father, Robert Lindsay, was a doctor, while his mother, Jane Williams, encouraged creativity among her 10 children. 5 of the Lindsay siblings, Lionel, Darrell, Percy, Ruby, and Norman, became noted artists, contributing to what would later be called the Lindsay artistic dynasty. From a young age, Norman displayed a remarkable talent for drawing and an interest in storytelling. He attended Creswick Grammar School and spent much of his free time sketching and reading. His early fascination with mythology, history, and classical art will become recurring themes throughout his career. Career beginnings and rise to fame. Lindsay began his professional career in the late 1890s as a cartoonist and illustrator for the Bulletin, one of Australia's most influential magazines. His biting political cartoons and satirical illustrations quickly earned him a reputation for both brilliance and controversy. His work often criticized hypocrisy, censorship, and the rigid moral attitudes of Australian society at the time. By the early 1900s, Lindsay had established himself as a central figure in Australia's art world. His paintings and etchings, featuring sensual mythological subjects and nude female figures, challenged the conservative norms of his era. He believed that art should celebrate vitality, imagination, and the beauty of the human body, a philosophy that set him apart from many of his contemporaries. Artistic style and themes. Norman Lindsay's art combined classical mythology, fantasy, and satire. He often depicted gods, nymphs, and mythical creatures in lush, dramatic settings. His use of rich color, expressive figures, and romantic themes reflected influences from Renaissance and Baroque periods, but his imagination gave his works a distinctly modern energy. Lindsay's fascination with the female form was central to his artistic philosophy. He viewed sensuality as a symbol of life and creative power, which put him at odds with the moral conservatism of early 20th century Australia. Many of his works were labeled immoral or obscene by critics and authorities. In fact, some of his paintings and books were banned in both Australia and the United States for their erotic content. Despite this, Lindsay maintained that art should not be bound by moral or religious restrictions. He once famously stated, "Art is the expression of the human spirit, and the spirit knows no laws." Literary works. In addition to his visual art, Norman Lindsay was a gifted writer and illustrator. His most famous literary work, The Magic Pudding 1918, is a classic of Australian children's literature. The book, filled with whimsical characters and humorous rhymes, tells the story of a magical pudding that regenerates itself every time it is eaten. Despite its playful tone, the Magic Pudding showcases Lindsay's sharp wit and creative genius. Lindsay also wrote novels for adults, such as Red Heap 1930, Age of Consent 1935, and Cousin from Fiji 1945. These novels explored themes of desire, morality, and individual freedom, often reflecting his disdain for societal hypocrisy. Some of his books were banned for their frank discussion of sexuality, but they gained international recognition for their originality and insight. Personal life and controversies. Lindsay's personal life was as colorful as his art. He married twice. First to Catherine Parkinson, with whom he had 3 children, and later to Rose Soddy, who became his model, muse, and life